The SNES is an ode to the good old times, where gas was affordable and you had to plug these dumb fucking colored wires into the back of an enormous box TV. So many good games were on this system. You had Donkey Kong hippity hopping around in his own country. How does a Donkey Kong have his own country? These are questions you don't ask. Link to the Past was an epic adventure game that would try to stump you with obtuse puzzles at every corner. But as we've noticed time and time again in gaming history, good games don't always get noticed. If I said the words, "Zombies ate my neighbors," would you know what I'm talking about? Or would you think I'm tweaking? If you haven't heard of it, then strap in and let's talk about the best NES game you've probably never played. Zombies Ate My Neighbors was a game released in September 1993. And even today, it still hasn't been noticed to the degree it really deserves. If you look up the game on YouTube, you'll see these ancient dusty channels who made videos on the game years ago, but that's about it. And of course, the announcement that the game was ported to the fucking Xbox. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, or ZAM for short, is a run-and-gun style game where the objective is to fell monsters, rescue victims of the apocalypse, and survive the onslaught of 48 levels. They have a vast arsenal, and the enemies are even vaster. Is vaster a word? Who wrote this? Throughout the levels of this game, you'll face zombies, dolls, chainsaw men, bloody cum stains, big ants, and more and more and more. It's honestly crazy how many new ideas they cram into this relatively short game. It's not like these enemies are just copy-paste with new paint. They're all unique in their own ways. Each monster has their strengths and weaknesses. Take these dolls for example. These bitches are fast and can hurl axes, but toss a soda can at them and they fucking evaporate like nothing. Speaking of the soda can, these weapons are all tailored to make you the Swiss Army knife of murder. Learning to master the weapons is the key to beating this game. You've got the soda that you can straight up toss over walls, but the arc makes it unconventional for normal fighting. The fire extinguisher is a weapon that doesn't actually do any damage. And you'll probably say, Dexter, that's fucking useless. Well, it actually stops enemies dead in their tracks, making them sitting ducks for a while. This combination of expansive weaponry and varied opponents will constantly keep you on edge for the entirety of the game. Not to mention each level is completely different from the last, throwing curveballs at you every step of the way. The game is really reminiscent of an arcade machine. Honestly, it very well could be one. It's no nonsense. Start the game and go. You have to learn everything yourself and do it all in one flawless run. No saving, a limited life system, and very harsh punishment for mistakes. Your objective is to save the victims scattered around the map. You start with 10 by default, but these guys are really dumb. They refuse to move and die as soon as anything touches them, and monsters will attack them if given the opportunity. This system is often really unfair and it will result in a few cheap victim deaths, but having 10 of them gives you some room for error. If you lose every victim, the game is over. Just like that. Yeah, it's brutal, but it's where the brunt of this game's difficulty comes from. It's always great to remember these old games. While we live in a sea of horrendous AAA flops, broken promises, and games that just have no replayability, you can come back to a game like ZAM and have the time of your life. Well, it seems like that time of the day again. I hope you enjoyed this little review of an old classic. You should check the game out. It's actually been ported to all platforms, not just the Xbox. And that also includes Steam. Of course, that price tag is fucking ridiculous, so I absolutely wouldn't blame you if you just... Yeah. I want to give a quick thank you to my members: Flaccid Pringle, Bill I Guess, Termix, Coffee Mug 34, Some Dumb Bunny, A-Dats, Xenon, Absnail, Jarrao, Rousey Gaming, Silly Cat, Piper, NeuroGMZ, Stop Now, Spiked S4M, Sinful, Dark Dingus MD, 90% Fox, and Eat My Birds. You guys help keep me fucking alive, and if you would like to be a member yourself, it's only $3 a month, and you could get featured here and other stuff like that. So, with all that being said, I have been Dexter, the zombie killing guy, and I will see you later. Good night.